All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the last video for Unit 4. It's the second video for Lesson 4 in Unit 4. It's another multi-step triangle problem using trigonometry. The question would probably say something like this. Solve for x. Okay? So I'm looking for this side length x right here. That means the side length of the triangle from here to here. What you need to do is examine the triangles that you know. If I draw a triangle out, oh, that line is terrible, but right here, I've got these triangles. There's a triangle right there that looks like that. This angle is 60 degrees, and this is x. I've got another triangle. Let's do it in a different color. This one right here, like that. So let's draw that one out. Kind of looks like this here, where I've got my right angle here. This is 39 degrees, and this is 38. That side length is 38. I forgot in my first triangle, this is 90 degrees too. Now, it didn't give us that. It didn't tell us that that angle in the blue triangle is 90 degrees, but we can know that for certain because if this angle right here is 90 degrees, well, then if I've got a straight line that's, touching another straight line right here, then this other angle absolutely has to be 90 degrees because the angle on a straight line is 180 degrees here. And so if this one is 90, then the other one has to be 90. So I've got a right angle triangle here. I've got a right angle triangle there, which is great because I can use my trigonometry ratios, my trig ratios, so ka toa, to solve these triangles. Now, the question says solve for x. In order to solve for x, I need another side length in my blue triangle. I need either this side length or this side length. Let's call it z. And what's nice about y is it is a shared side length with the red triangle right here. And so if I find y in the red triangle, I can then use it in the blue triangle to solve for x. So let's go to the red triangle. I'll do my calculations in red here. To find y, well, I have this angle. It's 39 degrees. Y is opposite to that 39 degree angle, and 38 is adjacent to that angle. So opposite and adjacent, I'm going to use tan or TOA. So the tan of my angle, 39 degrees, will equal the opposite, which is y, divided by the adjacent, which is 38. And to solve for y, I set up a proportion, or in other words, I write tan of 39 over 1. And I can now cross multiply and divide. Let's do a different color. How about purple? So I take 38, up and across, I multiply by the tan of 39, and then I divide by 1. So y will equal, I'm just going to actually do it on my calculator here, 38 times the tan of 39 divided by 1 doesn't really change anything. So of course, computer error, computer error. Okay, we're back. So after doing my calculation, I found that y equals 30.7717 and change. So that's this side length in my triangle, the shared side length. In the blue triangle, it's this side length. It's 30.77 and change. Now, again, do not round until the very end. So take this whole number, the whole number 30.77179326. Take as many digits as you can and use it in your calculation in the next triangle. So in my next triangle, get rid of these just to give me some space. In my blue triangle, I have my side length 30.77 and change. I have the angle 60 degrees. Well, the side length I found y is the opposite to that angle 60 degrees, and x in the triangle is the hypotenuse. So opposite hypotenuse, I'm going to use so, or sine. The sine of 60 degrees will equal the opposite, which is y, which I have, let's go like this, is 30.7717 and change, divided by x. And so to solve for x, again, I set up a proportion. I write the sine of 60 over 1. Again, I'm going to cross multiply and divide. I start at the top this time, though, and I multiply down and across. So 30.7717 times 1 divided by the sine of 60. I get x equals, when I do that calculation, 35.532 and change. So I don't have any units. In my original question, the 38 there, it didn't have any units. And it also didn't say round, so I could leave my answer like that. If I wanted to round it, let's say to the nearest tenth, it would be 35.5. If I wanted to round it to the nearest unit, to the nearest ones unit, I could say it's 36. It all depends on what the question asks you to do, okay? So there is your final answer. You found x.